Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Fallout New Vegas. In the last episode, we completed, I guess, the first part of Veronica's quest here, and we're going into the next part. As per the end of the last episode, Veronica was asking us, ended the last episode in the middle of a conversation with Veronica, asking us as to whether she should stay in the Brotherhood here, or if she should join the followers of the apocalypse.
He wouldn't listen. The truth was right there staring him in the face. How could he not listen? How can I help them when they won't accept it?
Would someone else listen to you?
It wouldn't matter. The Elder has final say. The hell of it is he's one of our most progressive members. If I can't get him to agree, it's hopeless.
What does that leave you? Or what you should take over?
Huh. Well, that's imaginative. But it's not really for me. I couldn't get one of their most reasonable members to accept a rational argument. I don't see them coming out in droves to support my coup. And that's really not what the Brotherhood needs right now anyway. They're hanging by a thread.
If no one else would listen to you, and becoming leader yourself doesn't sound like a very good idea, where does that leave you?
I don't know if I can stay. Maybe it'd be better for everyone if I left. Spent my life somewhere else. Work with the followers of the apocalypse, maybe. Put my knowledge to some good use. Or I can stay here with the people I care about and do whatever I can until it comes to a slow or sudden end.
Leaving now is your only shot at a future.
There's no getting around that, is there? What would my life be like here, knowing what's to come? They're not gonna like this. We're given a chance when we're young to choose whether to stay. If we do, it's supposed to be for life. But they haven't left me any choice. It's this or a lifetime of scavenging and watching my friends die and losing battles. I guess it's settled then. Let's get going. I'd like to get my mind off all this, and some fresh air would do me some good, right about now.
Alright, Veronica's decision has been made. She is going to join the... Well, first of all, we need to get out of the bunker. But otherwise, it looks like she's going to be set up for joining the followers of the apocalypse. If her own family here in the Brotherhood of Steel isn't going to listen to her, might as well put the knowledge we have to some good use with someone who would want it and that have the knowledge like the followers. Ugh, are you kidding me? That's not bullets. I guess if we're going to set up with the followers of Apocalypse, our next destination might be the Mormon Fort in New Vegas, from the sounds of it. I mean, that's where all the main guys are all the followers names.
We heard Veronica talking with the Elder. We won't stand for this.
I don't get what the big deal is.
High Elder Maxon didn't just found the Brotherhood. He defined it. To serve in the Brotherhood is to serve his ideals. Our way of life is based on them. We know no other path. There is no other path. With her leanings, Veronica spits in the face of every knight, paladin, and scribe to serve in our ranks.
This isn't your place. You're neither head scribe nor elder.
Their sentimentality prevents them from administering justice. Our duty is to the Codex above all, something your companion has forgotten, and that gives us the authority to make it our place.
It won't be a problem. She's leaving.
Leaving? Into exile? Good. Save us the trouble. But mark me well. Any hint of treachery or thought of return, and we will erase the both of you from existence.
Well, if there was any question on whether I should leave, I guess there's my answer.
You sure you're okay with leaving them behind?
Yeah, I think if I stayed, I'd end up causing trouble. Sometimes I just can't help myself. This way is better for me, and for them.
Are you still going to travel with me?
Sure. I want to establish a connection with the followers first, but as far as I know, drifting is part of the job description.
Alright then, come on, let's get out of here.
I think that'd be best. There's a followers outpost up near one of my old scavenging grounds. Used to do some trading with a doctor there. If I work out of there, I'll still be able to keep tabs on Hidden Valley if I needed to. I know that route like the back of my hand. If it's alright, I'd like to head that way. Meet some people, see if I can be of any use.
Alright, that sounds like a plan. I don't know why the Brotherhood's getting so pissed off about this.
Hey!
Oh crap. Oh, level up. Okay. Maybe put... Okay, lame ass. Ooh, shotgun surgeon. Your precision with a scattergun is something to behold. When using shotguns, regardless of ammunition used, you ignore an additional 10 points of a target's damage threshold. So that basically, so when using a shotgun, regardless of ammo, it lets you automatically ignore for 10 points of defense on all enemies. The Here and Now perk is kind of useless. The Here and Now perk immediately grants an additional experience level, complete with all the advantages that brings. As in, it just lets you immediately level up a second time. It's kind of a useless perk, and well, if you want to put more points into the skills, then that's the only thing worth considering. But it's at the expense of throwing away throwing away an entire perk, which isn't really worth it if you ask me. Okay, this endurance 7. Wait, what is my endurance? 7. I'm sorry,
We heard Veronica talking.
Well, I think that if
sorry about that. I'm trying to figure out what the perks are.
hey,
Whoa. Really? The broad daylight, you're so sneaky that you can sneak in with your Pip-Boy light on. Anytime the Pip-Boy light is on, you gain a sneak bonus to offset the light sneak penalty. Or you can just, turn it off. What a useless perk. Survival, got that. Got that. Okay, looks like I'm all set for the 3 perks I'm looking for, just... I guess I'll get the bloody vest perk now. Be prepared for a lot more gore. Like I'm not even kidding. Like, enemies will literally explode when you shoot them. Are you kidding me? Alright, let's see the... I wonder if that over there is the outpost. Oh, there it is. Maybe we weren't just loaded close enough. Something I keep forgetting about it is that you can press Q and your character will automatically walk forward like this. My hand's completely off the keyboard and you keep walking forward. Looks like we've got a ghoul here. Let's talk to Veronica. See if
What's
she's
up?
got anything new to say here. Nope.
Let's.
What can the followers of the apocalypse do for you today?
This is Veronica, formerly of the Brotherhood of Steel. She's invested in joining... I said invested. She's interested in joining your cause. Or... what do you do here exactly first? Let's ask that.
This is just a site for local followers to pick up assignments and check in. So most of the time we're just taking care of logistics and coordinating with other checkpoints over the radio.
This is Veronica. She's interested in joining.
The Brotherhood? Well, this is unusual, I must say, but very welcome. There's certainly a lot we could learn from your technological expertise. Dr. Schiller usually handles placement and he won't be back until tomorrow. If you could come back then, we can see about your assignment.
Is Dr. Schiller here yet?
No, we don't expect him back until tomorrow.
Can I join the followers?
Possibly, but I'd be the wrong person to ask. You'll need to speak to Dr. Schiller, who's on an errand at one of our other stations. He should be back tomorrow.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
See you around.
Hello?
Let's use one of these beds. Sleep about 20 hours. Alright, what other food can I stuff in my face? $43 is good enough. Okay, let's go back to the... Now that's been about a day, let's go back to the... Where are you going? Alright. And with that quick save, let's check on the followers. What? They're dead.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
Not only are they all dead, but this pile of ash is here. or implies that one of them was using a laser weapon. And the Google's dead. Well, not that I was really expecting the ghoul to survive any better. Or, what, you know.
Hello?
You killed them.
Hey,
You killed
sharing
them.
knowledge with an outsider organization. I knew Veronica couldn't be trusted. We tracked your movements a long way, but it was worth to catch her in the act. Passing Brotherhood secrets to outsiders is the lowest form of treason. What have you got to say for yourself?
She hasn't shared any secret, so you don't have any proof otherwise.
She has made her intentions plain. We will not risk any further damage. In the name of the Elder, I hereby sentence you to death.
Oh no. No, 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 no.
Sharing knowledge with an... She has made... And...
Hello?
Crap, my health is low. Sunset, Gorilla, not biggest impact, and... Ow! Veronica, are you okay?
God, I did this. This was my fault. Why didn't I see this coming? Of course they'd track me. Of course they'd assume the worst. Sure, I left them, but that didn't mean I'd ever be free of them. I should have known I was beaten before I began. I had to try, you know?
You don't control the people who did this.
No, I don't, do I? If I did, none of this would have happened. I should have left a long time ago. Cut my losses before it came to this. I never stood a chance.
Veronica has received the Causeless Rebel perk, which boosts her unarmed attack rate. Oh, I guess the perk doesn't show up on our screen because we're not the one taking advantage of it. Oh, I didn't even know that was a woman. Dang, that person's head just... Okay, let's sort the inventory. actually... This is an energy weapon, right? Can't believe all those followers of the apocalypse had to die because of paranoia. One thing about the little, what was it called, the recharge rifles, that if you look at the ammo counter, the ammo counter like automatically restores itself. So as long as you have the patience to wait for it to recharge, urge it if you as long as you have the patience to wait for it to recharge, it automatically charges on its own without having to reload. But still, now that we've got Veronica's quest done, I'm going to send her. Hold on.
Listen, I want to thank you for helping me out. I'm sorry that things didn't go like I'd hoped, but at least I got the chance to try. At least I know for sure that there was nothing I could do. Thank you for giving me that chance.
I think it's time, now that we got Veronica's quest, it's out of the way, that's the only quest she has. But now that it's done, I think it's time, I want to take the time to go find Boone again and re-recruit him back into the party so we can do his quest. So for now, it's time for Veronica and us to part ways.
Why does everyone always say that?
We'll meet up at the Lucky 38.
Nice! Can I order room service?
I need the map. Rex, please. I don't know what that random guy's wandering around for.
Welcome. Come on in.
What are you doing here?
What's going on, man?
Looks like we're gonna have to find Boone in his room. Hoping to catch him outside, but...
Beat it. Is it time?
Let's travel together.
I'm ready when you are.
Kind of rude, just comes up, beat it. Alright, now that we got... Let's go, get Rex's brain fixed. Tricycle. Seeing all these dilapidated buildings kinda makes you wonder what the place was like before the bombs fell. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Thorn.
Have you seen that tower on the strip all lit up? You can see it for miles.
Yeah, it's hard to miss.
I'm glad mean son of a bitch is on our side.
Who?
There was some kind of massacre at one of the ranger stations. I don't know which one.
Hey, I'm right here. You're talking to my dog. You know what? Maybe I should just make a cut here, and I'll come back when we get close to the destination, or otherwise something worthwhile happens. Okay, we're back, and we're coming up on Jacobstown here. This area is just completely covered in trees, which is like actually living trees full of leaves or so, looking healthy, which is practically unusual considering how much of a desert the Mojave is. And up ahead we can see super mutants. into this area, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think we were told about this when we were close to Black Mountain. Assume you talked to us about it. It looks like this got one guy standing at the gate waiting for us.
Welcome to Jacobstown, human. You're free to walk around. Just don't stare at the Nightkin. They don't like people looking at them. And if you're NCR, keep it to yourself. They're not popular around here.
Why do some of the super mutants here dislike the NCR?
A lot of bad blood between super mutants and humans. Goes back years. Some here still got the scars and memories. Me? I don't really have a problem with the NCR. Set their sights a little too high sometimes, but they try. Legion? That's another story.
What do you know about the Legion?
Caesar thinks he can change human nature. Most of the Legion is following Caesar, not Caesar's ideals. When he's gone, it'll crumble. Might not happen overnight. Might take a few decades, but it'll happen. Basic human nature. Greed, ambition, jealousy. We'll see to it.
What do you think makes the NCR too ambitious?
They expand. Fast. If you got land they want, they'll take it. Eventually. Did it out west, they'll do it here. They keep rolling over people. They'll regret it. That's how revolutions start.
Anything else you can tell me about the NCR?
Seen them grow from a single town, Shady Sands, into the Republic. They've done good for the most part.
Do you have any dealings with New Vegas?
Not really. Heard it's a paradise in the wasteland. Never been there myself. Doubt they'd let a mutant in. Amazes me people would come from all over the waste to throw away everything they've got in that town.
Let's talk about something else.
All right.
You said something about the Nightkin. What's wrong with them?
Nightkin suffers schizophrenia from the stealth boys they're always using. One of the reasons I settled Jacobstown was so they could be cured. While they're in town, the Nightkin aren't allowed to have stealth boys, so their craziness doesn't get worse. Trouble is, the Nightkin don't like being visible either. They don't take being exposed too well.
Oh. Well, now we have a legitimate explanation for the Nightkin we met at the Repcon rocket factory back when we were dealing with the ghouls and them. Well, at least we have an idea about what was going on with him. Oh man, what was it he was talking about? His little friend Antler? Are there any town rules I should know about before I go in?
Same as any civilized town. Don't start any fights or steal anything. We'll treat you fair. Not a lot to ask.
That's perfectly fair. Neil told me about this town.
A lot of the mutants here found out about Jacobstown because of Neo. Our isolation works against us sometimes.
I have some questions about Jacobstown.
Such as?
What's the history of this place?
Was a resort pre-war. I renamed it to Jacobstown after an old friend. Died a long time ago. I figured us mutants needed a place to call our own. Town's far enough away from humans so they don't bother us much. One of these days I'm hoping we can trade with the rest of the wasteland. No more fighting, just get along.
How does the town support itself?
Bighorners. Good eating. And we can trade the hides. Got a lot of wild ones around here, so it's easy to restock the herd.
What about you specifically? I'd like to know more about you, Marcus.
Was part of the super mutant army. Ran a town, walked the wasteland with a tribal. Now I'm here.
Super mutant army?
Long story, so here's the short version. The Master created the super mutants and Nightkin. The Master thought he could unify everyone. No more differences, no more war. Didn't end well.
Okay, so that's, if it wasn't already obvious, is or so, for those that don't know, that specifically is referring to the events of Fallout 1, where somebody who was referred to as the Master was trying to conquer the wasteland that the game was located in with an arm by turning people into super mutants with something called the FEV virus. Or FEV stands for Forced Evolutionary Virus, which is something created pre-war. It's a long history. Long story short, when pre-war, when America and China were at war, America was so paranoid about China launching bio attacks like viruses and such that they started preemptively developing countermeasures, which ended up in creating the FEV, Forced Evolutionary Virus. And when exposed to the human beings, it turned humans into super mutants like a Marcus here. And then later on, then cut to the first game, the Master finds its sources of the FEV and starts creating a super mutant army by turning people into super mutants. Anyway, tell me, you were a mayor of a town?
Town was Broken Hills. Bunch of super mutants, humans, and ghouls all living together peacefully. Well, most of the time.
Tell me more about the tribal.
We were looking for a Gek to save the village of Arroyo. Eventually, we did. Nuked an oil rig in the process. We went separate ways after that. I went east into the Rockies, looking for other mutants like myself. Don't know what happened to my friend. I got a feeling it turned out all right in the end.
And the tribal that Marcus talked about here was, in fact, the player character of Fallout 2, which is the game Marcus originally appeared in. He was a companion Marcus was originally a companion back in Fallout 2, being the mayor of a town, and now Marcus has reappeared here in Fallout New Vegas as like a reference to Fallout 2, for those that know Fallout 2 enough to care. Anyway, let's talk about something else.
All right.
I'm looking for Dr. Henry.
Doc's inside the lodge.
All right, thank you.
See you.
All right. Looks like the super mutants and the night kin around here are going to be pretty cool as long as we don't leave them alone and don't antagonize them. They're going to be cool. As long as we leave them alone and don't antagonize them, they'll leave us alone.
Stupid big horners were making noise all night again. Jimmy! Little Jimmy! My, how you're grown up! So good of you to come visit your grandma.
Who's Jimmy?
Oh, Jimmy, don't you go being silly now. Come over here and give your grandma some sugar.
I think you might have me confused with someone else.
Oh, of course I have, dearie. How silly of me. I didn't take my medicine yet today. How can I help you?
What do you do in Jacobstown?
I watch over the big horners. They're sweet, gentle creatures, but sometimes they get ornery, just like my grandkids.
The grandkids. All right, see you around.
Talk to you soon, dear.
Also, while I'm thinking of
Another human. One was enough.
Hush. While I'm thinking of companions, the consensus so far seems to be that Rex has wanted to stay into the party because at this point, Eddie's side quest is more or less done. the only thing left to do in the side quest is to go back to Prim and put him, re-recruit him back into the party, and that'll end the quest, and that'll be the end of it. And so that's all we have left to do with Eddie. Eddie's quest is already done more or less, but the consensus seems to be that Rex is to stay in the party. Speaking of consensus, speaking of consensus, so far on the ending factions, like who to choose between, like the NCR, the Legion, Mr. House, or the Yes Man, between the four of them, the consensus seems to be I had one comment wanting to see a Mr. House ending, and another comment wanting to siding against Mr. House. Not against Mr. House. I got one comment that's pro Mr. House, and a second comment that's against Yes Man. So far the consensus for the ending is at this point is 1 point for Mr. House and -1 for Yes Man. MS. Trying to look for the ammo. There we go. The reason why I'm taking that out is because
Fine by me.
I want. Yeah, like as shown before, or companions equip the best weapons that they prefer. Boone prefers sniper rifle, so of course he automatically equips it when I give it to him. So we'll see how that worked out for us. Calamity. What, you like my dog?
Huh. I'd heard there were new people in town, but I thought it was more super mutants. Nice to meet ya. I'm Calamity.
You have an interesting name.
Thank you. Change names and jobs every decade or so just to keep things interesting. I picked Calamity this time because it sounded nice. I've never really done much science stuff till now. I'm pretty good at it. Or so Dr. Henry tells me.
At this point, whenever I think of Calamity, the only thing that comes to mind when I hear Calamity is Calamity Ganon from Breath of the Wild. But anyway, what do you do here?
Most of the time, I'm Dr. Henry's research assistant. We're looking into ways to cure the, I'm also handy with tools. And once in a while I venture down into the valley to trade the bighorner hides and meat for supplies.
Oh, so I guess we could talk to her to sell and buy things, or otherwise just ask for repairs. Anyway, does anyone other than Sumulants come up this way?
Prospectors looking for salvage, usually. They always run when they see the mutants. The Great Khans come this way once in a while, but they keep their distance. I think they're mostly keeping an eye on us.
Okay, talk to you later.
Bye.
Someone finally put down that sick motor runner son of a bitch. Good riddance.
Why are you talking to my dog? You'll just talk to my dog like... Hold on, let me put my phone on. Do not disturb. Even that.
Hey there.
Show me what you got for sale.
All right.
Yikes. And immediately just turn it around. I'll take the squirrel stew. And
Thanks.
That's the power.
Bye.
That's the power of having. That's the power of having. Like lots of good weapons. That it's a lot easier to make weapons better or like that and sell them for a much higher price when you have the jury rating perk. That's what I love about it. Anyway, let's talk to Dr. Henry here.
I assume this is about something important? You're interrupting my research.
What are you working on?
The Nightkin have varying degrees of mental instability due to their addiction to stealth boy use. I've been trying to come up with a cure. I'm currently investigating the local Night Stalker population, since they seem to have developed a natural stealth field. I've also gotten my hands on a working Stealth Boy Mark II prototype, but that experiment is riskier. I'd rather not pursue that research just yet.
Why is the Stealth Boy Mark II riskier?
The stealth field has been modulated to use less power and thus last longer, but for some reason it has pronounced negative effects on the user. However, these pronounced effects will allow me to pinpoint exactly what parts of the brain they're affecting. Unfortunately, I'll need to run the test on a live subject, and Marcus has encouraged me to investigate the Night Stalker mutation first.
Does the Stealth Boy use hurt humans?
It's possible, but I've yet to see any hard evidence or hear of any cases where humans were negatively affected. Its negative effects are more pronounced on Nightkin.
Why do you choose to help the Nightkin exactly?
Because Marcus asked me to, and because it's a reason for me to get up in the morning. I'd like to get one more grand accomplishment done.
So it sounds like he's doing it just for the sake of doing it. He needs the excuse to get out of bed in the morning and he wants to get one last thing out under his belt before he retires, I guess. How about I help? What would you need me to do if I were to help?
I'm not convinced that the Night Stalker mutation is a natural one, and I need someone to investigate their lair for proof. Some of the super mutants have looked around as well, but they've come back empty-handed. Perhaps a pair of fresh eyes will have better luck. Lily might be interested in coming with you. She's lost a few of her bighorners to Night Stalker attacks, and would enjoy a little revenge.
What makes you think the Night Stalker mutation isn't natural?
I've compared the brain chemistry of a Nightkin to one of the local Night Stalkers we killed. They both exhibit similar neurochemical changes. Now, I'm not claiming that Night Stalkers are running around wearing stealth boys, mind you. I just don't think it's all a coincidence.
So we got something to do. Let's talk about something else.
If we must.
You're a scientist here?
Yes, specializing in neuroscience, both human and canine. Of course, this lab is nothing compared to what I had when I was with the Enclave.
You were in the Enclave?
Yes, but the leadership and I didn't see eye to eye, so I left. It was the right decision, since the Enclave's oil rig was destroyed not long after.
You work on canine neuroscience?
Cyberdogs and the like. It's not a field I work in much anymore.
How convenient. He specializes in canine neuroscience, and it's time we got a cyber dog that needs some of that neuroscience. I'm surprised that there's another human here.
I prefer the solitude, and having a bunch of super mutants around tends to keep things safe and quiet.
Fair enough, I guess. And now for the million-dollar question that we've come to ask. Something's wrong with my cyber dog. I was told to come to you.
It's neural degradation. Biomed gel can only preserve a living brain for so long, so you'll need to find a replacement. I haven't left Jacobstown in years, but there was one woman in Novak, Gibson. I remember her living with a pack of hounds. Aside from her, I know that the Fiends and Caesar's Legion fight alongside dogs. There could be viable specimens among them, if you can get to them.
Alright, thanks. Goodbye.
Yes, yes.
Making sure that we have the right questions on. Hold on.
Naughty children run from the punishment, but we'll find Betty. Won't we, Leo?
Don't know how she knows about Benny. Haven't thought about that in a while. Anyway, I'm looking into the Night Stalker mutation. Want to come along with me?
Oh no, dearie. 3 makes a crowd.
Yeah, if you already have like a companion with you, when you try to recruit another, they just outright reject you. So you have to choose between keeping your current companion or sending them away in order to get a new one. But for the sake of working in Jacobstown here, I'm going to send Boone to the Lucky 38.
That guy Benny was a piece of work.
Even though you weren't there to see that.
Okay.
Let's see if he's got anything. No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
What is it?
I think we should part ways for now, Boone.
If that's what you think.
Let's meet up at the Lucky 38.
I'll make my way there.
My, but that Lucky 38 is a large building. And so fancy.
Even though you weren't there, want to come with me for the Night Stalker situation?
Ooh, those Night Stalkers, always killing my bighorners. It'll be nice to give them a piece of my mind.
Lily's giving you the Stealth Girl perk. Stealth Girl. While Lily is a companion, the duration of Stealth Voice is increased by 200%, and all sneak attack critical hits do an additional 10% damage. Not only that, but whenever you crouch down your companions always crouch down with you, but Lily specifically, she doesn't crouch down, she just activates a Stealth Boy. So that's the location that we're heading to.
Got a problem. Could use your help. Been having trouble with NCR mercs harassing the town, and they just showed up again.
How have they been harassing the town?
Killing our bighorners, shooting at the lodge, that sort of thing. It's getting hard to keep people from retaliating.
Are you sure that these mercenaries work for the NCR?
Guess I can't say for sure if they're NCR. Wherever they are, they want us dead or gone.
Why can't you just take them out?
Not looking to fight. That'll give NCR an excuse to come up here and wipe us out.
Don't want that, obviously. Well, what do you want me to do exactly?
You're human. They might be willing to listen to what you have to say. Maybe. I'm not asking you to kill them. Just talk them into leaving. Hell, pay them off if you have to.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. See you.
And right over there, we can see a guy just standing, waiting for us. Let's go talk to him.
Kim, our business is with the muties, not you.
I hear you're... What do you want with Jacobstown?
Just doing what I'm paid to do. Harass the muties until they leave or attack us. If they leave, we'll let them go. If they attack, we wipe them out. Either way, the job's not done until they're cleared out of the town.
Who are you doing this for?
Won't name names, but some important folks in the NCR are sick of muties attacking their Brahmin herds. They want them gone from NCR territory. Maybe this group had something to do with attacking Brahmin, maybe not. Doesn't matter. We're getting paid to make them go away.
Hold on.
Yep, get a move on.
I just gotta...
What?
Go away or you'll have to do with me, and you'll wish you were fighting superhumans instead.
I've always known when to fight and when to back down, and it seems to me I ought to back down this time. My men and I are leaving. You won't see us around here again.
He want a peaceful resolution? He got a peaceful resolution.
Something on your mind?
You won't have any more trouble with these mercenaries here.
Good. Glad you didn't kill them. Letting them walk away proves we're not bloodthirsty mutants. If NCR or anybody else is looking for an excuse to attack Jacobstown, they're not gonna get it from us.
What's the story with Keen?
Smart, charismatic, and hell of a mean streak. Doesn't care for humans. Prefers fighting them to talking. He's got a lot of pull with Nightkin, though. He talks, they listen. Was hoping he could draw the Nightkin to Jacobstown. Keen is saner than most, but I know he's thinking of going his own way again. He's aggressive, impatient, can't stand sitting around.
Why does Keen want to leave?
Because of a promise, one I haven't been able to keep. The Nightkin all suffer from schizophrenia. It's the stealth boys they use. Used to use. Nightkin have a hard time being seen like normal folks. Can't stand it. A few already left to try and find more stealth boys. Miserable situation. They either stay here and suffer, or dig up stealth boys and lose their minds. Not much of a choice.
What happens if Keen leaves?
That happens, there's a good chance other Nightkin will follow. It'll make it hard to get a cure to them. Worse, if Keen and the Nightkin tear up the Mojave hunting for stealth boys, people are gonna get killed. Most humans can't tell the difference between mutants. Might come here looking for payback.
That's not good. You're a mutant too. Wouldn't the Nightkin listen to you?
That's like saying Caesar and Kimball would listen to each other. Nightkin don't have a lot of trust for others, mutants included.
Kimball, if it wasn't already obvious, is the president of the NCR. Let's talk about something else.
All right.
We've exhausted all our dialogue options, so we'll talk to you later.
See you.
Another hollowed out rock. That's weird. I literally never knew that hollowed out rock was there before. All I knew was that I just discovered that, seriously. All I knew was that, like, I saw the little heart on it, and I remember seeing that exact same heart graffiti on another hollow that rock, like in Hidden Valley near the Brotherhood of Steel bunker. And I don't know, I just decided to look at it. How close are we? Practically right on top of it. Charleston Cave. Really? We're just propelling through the air! I'm not gonna waste my time over-recovering myself by grabbing a bunch of garbage cell items from all these bodies. Night Stalker. There's are mostly coyotes, but you can see here they got the tail of a rattlesnake. And if you looked at the other one, they lay eggs too. What? Okay, screw trying to use energy weapons. Yeah, they delay A. A trait that they carry from the... For God's sake, where is it? Trait that they carry over. The egg laying is a trait they carry over from this rattlesnake part. I don't know why that's like a reoccurring thing. Enemies glitching into the ground and... Enemies glitching into the ground and getting stuck, unable to defend themselves. Well, it's because they don't even have to get close to them. Shoot a stealth boy. Oh, we found it. Okay, what? That little hammer I just picked up over and covered me. Come here.
Grandma's got a present for you.
The oh baby. I think that's a special super sledge. But either way, let's give it to Lily. And she likes it enough to equip it. I think the oh baby is a unique weapon and found exclusively in here. Big horns. We found what we were looking for. We can go back. Gotta walk out of the cave because fast travel doesn't work indoors. Then cave systems like this count as being indoors. this way. I still have the intention of doing as many companion side quests as possible, trading them in and out of the party as needed to do their side quests, and like putting them in the party to do their side quests and trading them out for someone else to do another side quest. So so that means I am going to prioritize like Boone, and I guess at this point Lily, over characters we've completed like Veronica. Please tell me in the comments below, between the 5 or so we've seen before, Rex and Eddie, Lily, Boone, and Veronica, please tell me who you think your favorite companion so far is as well as for the moment so far, between Lily and Rex, hush. Between Boone and Lily, who do you want me to prioritize? Because like I said before, I do like getting Boone's quest going. Here's Keen, the guy that made a comment about us when we aired.
Bother someone else. I don't want anything to do with you.
As I was saying, I am going to save NCR quests for when Boone is in the party, because in order to get his quest going, you need to build trust with him, and the only way to build that trust is by doing specific NCR quests. So please tell me in the comments below, like, who do you want me to prioritize between Lily and Boone? And I'd like to hear thoughts on like a favorite companion overall. Well, at least so far. Do you have a problem with humans?
Humans are always staring at things. We Nightkin don't like being stared at. Is uncomfortable.
How does that make you different from some humans?
It is different. Right now, I'm trying very hard to remain civil, and you're not making it easy with your incessant questions.
Who's the other human you mentioned?
Dr. Henry, he's one of you. Go speak with him instead of me.
What do you do here?
I represent the Nightkin. Marcus may lead this town, but the Nightkin listen to what I have to say. Doesn't mean I don't respect Marcus for what he's trying to do. However, he doesn't truly understand the difficulties of being a Nightkin.
Why are the Nightkin here in Jacobstown?
The stealth boys we use have cumulative adverse effects on our minds. Jacobstown was supposed to be a sanctuary, a place to find a cure. Instead, we wait and wait. I'm sick of waiting.
Okay, you don't like me so much, so I'll be taking my leave now.
Finally.
Even though he's got a bad attitude, at least he is trying to be civil as much as he doesn't like it.
Is there something else I can do for you?
How goes your search for the Nightkin cure?
Promising, but I won't be able to synthesize the drug anytime soon. I really should get back to my work.
Well, I found a chewed-up stealth boy in the Night Stalker lair.
There's still power, but the casing is cracked. I'm astonished that exposure to the stealth radiation could induce mutations so rapidly. More importantly, this explains why my research into this group of Night Stalkers hasn't come up with a cure for the Nightkin. There's only one avenue left for me. I need to run the Mark II test on Lily. It's the only way.
Why Lily and not some other Night Kid?
Lily is eccentric, certainly, but I've never felt she was dangerous. More importantly, she asked if she could help me in some way. I've told her about the risks, and she still insists on helping me.
Well, if she's aware of the risks, and she's making a conscious, informed decision, what are the risks of the experiment exactly?
Possibly immediate and permanent mental damage. There's a reason the Stealth Boy Mark IIs never got beyond the prototype stage. Lily already has a pre-existing condition, and the experiment will likely make things worse for her.
I'll try talking to Lily then.
I'll be waiting.
And of course, she's right here, so...
Hello again, dear.
Let's ask you some questions.
Such a curious little munchkin, aren't you? What do you want to know?
Tell me about yourself.
Oh, someone wants to hear Grandma's stories. What would you like to hear, Pumpkin?
Okay, where did you come from?
I grew up in Vault 17. I never even saw the sun until I was 75 years old. That was when super mutants raided the vault and carried a lot of us off. Yes, Leo, I'm getting to that part. They made me one of them, and they put me to work in an army that was going to conquer California.
You were a soldier?
A spy. Sometimes an assassin. I killed a lot of folks for the Master. Yes, Leo, you helped too.
Who was the Master?
Oh, he was a nasty man, dearie. You don't want to know about him. He was the one who made that super mutant army I told you about.
I have some other question. Oh, I like it.
Oh.
Okay, who is Leo?
Leo is a very bad man, Pumpkin. Yes, you are, Leo. Don't try to deny it. He tells me to do things. Terrible things. And sometimes the medicine isn't enough to keep him quiet.
But there's no one there.
Well, of course there is, dearie. How else could I hear him tell me who to chop? Oh.
So, Leo is a voice you hear in your head?
You shouldn't say things like that where Leo can hear you, dearie. He doesn't like it.
I'd like to know something else about you.
Oh.
Where'd you get that sword that you have?
This old thing? Oh, I scavenged it off a wreck in Klamath. Leo showed me how to make it all ready for chopping. Didn't you, Leo?
I have some other questions.
What do you need, sugar?
Do you still want to help Dr. Henry run his experiment?
Of course, dearie. I know it's dangerous, but it'll all turn out for the best. You'll see. I'll go to him now. It would be rude to keep him waiting.
And she leaves our party to go right here for the doctor.
Hey.
Hey yourself.
The equipment is hooked up and ready. We can start the test as soon as you give me the go-ahead.
Go ahead and start the test.
Very well. Please stand back. I don't want any erroneous readings. You're welcome to stay and observe if you want, though. All right, power on the stealth boy, Lily.
Turning it on. Real strange. Strange, but good.
Interesting. Try thinking aggressive thoughts now. Think about smashing a rad scorpion.
Lily smash! Yeah!
How are those readings looking, Calamity?
Stealth field is unstable and scrambling things. The reading says gamma wave activity is 0. But that can't possibly be right. Gamma wave activity is 0. That can't be right. Must be a result of the interference.
All right, we're done here. Go ahead and power the stealth boy down, Lily.
Oh, I liked having it on.
I'll get back to you on that in a moment, once I've analyzed the results. Oh.
Well, well, congratulations on getting the Mark II prototype functional, Doctor. Now, just hand it over and we'll be on our way.
Rex, you're always barking, please.
My request is perfectly reasonable. Give us the stealth boy specs, and there will be no need for us to splatter the room with your insides.
Yikes, that's a steep speech check. What are you planning to do once you have those specs?
There are caches of stealth boys out there. With a Mark II in hand, it shouldn't be difficult to upgrade every one of them.
The Mark IIs are even more dangerous than the standard stealth boys.
Our lives, our decision to make. We're tired of sitting around in Jacobstown waiting for a cure.
Dr. Henry doesn't have the cure just yet, but he's almost there. Be patient.
No more negotiating and definitely no more waiting. This is your last chance before we take it by force.
I'm sorry, I can't let you have the specs.
I knew humans could never be reasonable. I knew it! Stupid, stupid humans! I'll kill you.
Watch out!
You die now!
That was so unfortunate. He refused to be talked to, and yet he calls us the unreasonable ones. Huh? You found a limited edition Mojave landmark snow globe. These rare pre-war artifacts are widely considered to be useless baubles, but rumor has it that some collectors will pay dearly for them. Didn't Mr. House like the snow globes? Okay, where's the map? Maybe he's up on a higher level.
So many staring eyes. Better watch out. Lily's been babbling about her grandkids again.
Marcus isn't going to be happy about the deaths, but I guess they were unavoidable. At least I got a lot of useful data from the experiment. This brief test might not yield a cure anytime soon. If the prototype was constantly in use on a living subject, however, perhaps Lily might be willing to wear the prototype for a longer duration. The data would be invaluable.
You said Night Stalker brains are similar. What about testing those?
Neuron decay is rapid after death, and I doubt a live Night Stalker would cooperate with my test.
What do you want to do?
I'm close to the cure. I can feel it. Lily's continued help will give me the last bit of data that I need.
What will happen to Lily?
Permanent damage to her mind is a certainty. Even the cure won't help her.
I honestly don't. I think we're going to end the episode here. What do you think about the situation? Is the we can. I guess we could come back to that, and if we had a high enough science. But even with that, I need to get Sign. Ugh, that's a huge boost. What do you think? Ignoring the huge, it's 90 science skill check there. What do you guys think? Should we go for the greater good option and have Lily wear the Mark II prototype, or is the risk too great and avoid doing the test? Of course, I am going to try to check my options, see if we can do the science skill, but in the meantime, I'm going to take the time to think about this.
I understand. Get back to me with an answer as soon as you can.
And with that, I think I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you so much for Thank you so much for watching. You can tell me what you think down in the comments below. The comments are always appreciated. And with that, thank you for watching my playthrough of Fallout New Vegas. And until next time, I'll see you guys around.